back. So today I'm going to film my basically ride or die products. These are products that I would reach for when I just don't have time to think about the makeup that I want to wear or what I can use. These work for me every single time, always get the results that I want, and so that's what this video is about. Now I've filmed this twice before already. In fact, this video should have gone up 3 weeks ago, and every time I filmed it, I went to edit, half the footage would be missing. So fingers crossed that I'm lucky. So I'm just going to jump straight into it. Now I'm going to do a tutorial using all these products rather than just talk about them. So first off would be my moisturizer. And if I look down there, it's just because I'm looking at the screen. But this is the Embryollise Lait Creme Concentré. I love this moisturizer. This doubles as my primer as well when I really don't want to use a primer. I've already put some on, but just put a little bit more on. And I just tend to rub that into my skin. This is amazing. I love the smell of it, but it's a really moisturizing, a hydrating moisturizer, and it works really well for pretty much all skin types in my opinion. I think I use this on every single client regardless of their skin type, and it does a great job. Those with oily skin, I do have to go in with a primer on top, but for normal to dry skin, this is fantastic. Then for my under eyes, as always, I use the Himalaya under eye cream. I love this. This is the only under eye cream that has worked, and it still works. Hydrates the inner part of my eye, allows makeup to go on so nicely. So for primers, I actually have two. Now, the one that I reach for more is the MAC Skin Based Visage. I just find that this works for everybody. But when my skin was drier, I absolutely loved the Illamasqua Hydraveil, and I still use this. I find that, this is a lot more expensive, so I tend to use this only on special occasions, but this works beautifully on pretty much all skin types. Again, works really well for oily skin and is hydrating enough for dry skin. So again, this is another product that I would 100% recommend to everybody out there. But for today, I'm going to use the MAC Prep and Prime. And I don't always prime my face. If you've watched my videos, then you know that I rarely actually prime. I find that I don't really need to. So just putting a little bit. I focus this mostly onto the center parts of my face. And then for under eyes, I use the Pur Hydragel Primer. I find the cooling part of it, I find depuffs under eye bags. I don't really have bags, I just have dark circles. But this primes my under eyes for concealer, powder and all that good stuff. So for Corrector, again, if you've been watching my videos, you probably already know this, but my holy grail ride or die corrector is this palette by Makeup Atelier Paris, and specifically this shade here, the very first shade. It is the perfect shade for my dark circles. It covers them up beautifully, and it pretty much looks like I don't have anything on. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that onto the back of my hand. I'm just going to go over my eyelid as well. But this product lasts all day. I rarely ever have to touch up my concealer when I'm using this corrector. And it just sits really nicely under the eye. It doesn't emphasize my fine lines and wrinkles. It doesn't make the under eye dry or cakey. It is just amazing. This product is 100% one of the best correctors I've tried. For my concealer, my 100% ride or die is the MAC Prolong Wear Concealer. This is a full coverage product. It's long lasting. At the moment, I'm using the shade NW30. I have used in the past NW35. But now my preferred shade is NC42. Unfortunately, I've just finished mine off, so I'm going to use the NW30. This is the Real Techniques, I think it's a Miracle Eraser Sponge. I'm really sorry about the lighting, guys. I'm trying to film in natural daylight, but now it's just gone super cloudy. Actually, I might just turn on my ring light, just bear with me a second. Okay, so hopefully that's better. So I'm just going in with the concealer. And just going to push that over the corrector. This is definitely lighter than my skin tone, so by applying it all the way down the centre, I'm just using it to highlight my face as well. Then for foundation, my absolute holy grail is the MAC Prolong Wear Foundation. The reason I love this so much is because it's just the perfect shade. It's got the right amount of yellow for me. It's full coverage, which I seem to be liking these days, and it's a more matte finish rather than dewy, which is again something that I've been enjoying these days. So yeah, my absolute ride or die foundation. And it's very long wearing, it lasts beautifully on the skin, and I don't really need to set it either, which is always a good thing. Then to set my under eyes, I'm actually using a decanted product. So this is the RCMA No Color Powder. It just looks like a white powder. But I have the large jar, which is just impossible to carry around. So I've decanted that into this little tub, and I use this to set the under part of my eyes. And whatever's left on my sponge, I just go around the center part of my face just to make sure that stays matte. I use the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in medium tan just to dust that off. Just to make sure that there's no sort of white residual powder. Not that the RCMA does that, but I'm just a little bit extra. I don't always cream contour or highlight, but if I was going to, my cream contour go-to product is the Kiko Radiant Touch. I find that this just works for me with anything and any other highlighter that I put on top. This really does work for me. So I just put a stripe across the tops of my cheekbones, bridge of my nose, brow bone, above brow bone, the tiniest bit on my chin, and Cupid's bow. And then just using my fingers, I just blend that into the skin. For cream contour, I use this foundation by Yaby, which is called Hot Fudge. The reason I like this is because it's more orange in tone, so it works almost as a bronzer for me, and I prefer that to a harsh contour. And this foundation just melts into the skin. It blends in so beautifully with any other foundation really that I have used it with. So to set my contour, I'm going to use my Sleek Face Form palette in dark. If you've been watching me for a while, then you probably would have already guessed this. I use this all the time. This is basically my go-to palette. And just start on the back and work that in. This is really long lasting, it's super pigmented. I prefer to use a stipple brush with this product because it's so pigmented, and that way I pick up less product and less chance of messing up. Then for bronzer, my absolute favourite bronzer of all time is MAC's Give Me Sun, and I'm going to go in with a fairly large brush and just dust that over my skin. I love this bronzer so much. It is so complementary to my skin. NC42 and this bronzer just go hand in hand. And then I'm actually going to do highlighter before I apply my blush, and my go-to highlighter is 100% Champagne Pop by Becca. It is the perfect shade for my skin. So it's beautiful peachy gold, so complementary to my skin. So I'm just going to use a fan brush and where I applied the cream highlighter, I am gonna set with this. Then for blush, if I'm not really wearing highlighter, then my go-to blush is this one here, which is Luminoso by Milani. It's a peachy blush with a bit of a sheen to it. Because I've got such a banging highlighter on, I'm going to go in with a matte blush. And my absolute favourite blush is Gingerly by MAC. Sleek has one that's similar in its Sugar palette, the Blush by 3 palette. And I use that one as well, equally to this. I just can't find my Sleek blushes at the moment. I've lost my entire palette. So today I'm going to use Gingerly by MAC. And again, this works every single time. It's perfect for my skin tone. Really don't have to think about it. It just blends in so well, and I can wear it with pretty much anything. Then for brows, my absolute go-to product is this Soap and Glory Brow Archery pencil. All the markings have come off because I've had this for so long, and I'm probably going to be out of it soon. The only thing I don't like about these kind of pencils is you never know when you're running out, but I definitely need to get another one. I love the fact that it comes with a spoolie at the end. It is so easy to use. It's waxy, but not too waxy that it just slips all over the place. And it's really long wearing for me. I don't need to set it with a brow gel or anything like that. It does last really well for me. And it's so easy to use. Then for my primer, I use the Maybelline 24-Hour Color Tattoo in Creme de Nude, and it's just a creamy beige colour. And I'm just going to use my finger today, but I use a brush or my finger, it doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to dab that onto my eyelid. Then for eye makeup. Now, I have a custom palette, which I always go to, and you've probably seen this in all my videos recently, but this is a custom made palette. I've got a mixture of Inglot, Artist of Makeup, and Makeup Geek eyeshadows. They're all matte. Now, I prefer matte eyeshadows if I need a shimmer to add on top to create the eye makeup look. Then I just go in with a separate palette, so like my Morphe 35O shimmer palette, my MAC eyeshadows, I've got some Makeup Geek eyeshadows, I have loads of different shimmer eyeshadows, but this palette, this custom palette, is 100% one that I will reach for every single time I do my makeup. I'm starting out with Chickadee by Makeup Geek, and I'm just taking that on a large blending brush, and I'm just going into the crease with that. Then taking Frappe by Makeup Geek on a more tapered brush and just going into the crease. So I'm taking this Inglot eyeshadow in 304 and just going on the outer corners with this. Then taking a mixture of Inglot 304 and Frappe by Makeup Geek, I'm just going to go on the lower lash line. So for the main part of my lid, I'm going to use Peach Smoothie, again by Makeup Geek, and I'm just going to go over the main eyelid with this. Lash line. For my eyeliner, I'm using the Shu Uemura Gel liner in black. I'm nearly out of this. I love this product. It is so black, so creamy. It's drying up a little bit, but I have had it for a while. So I'm just applying my eyeliner now. I tend to prefer to apply just a thin gel liner on my lash line, on my upper lash line, upper lid, and I will tight line with this as well if I have to, or if I'm going for a tight line in any of my makeup looks, and I will line my lower lash line with this. So I'm hoping this records now. So this is Black Smoke by Artist of Makeup, and I'm going to use this to set the black liner and to smudge it out onto the lower lash line. So when I want to add some shimmer, if I don't have any of my palettes at hand, what I tend to do is just use the highlighter that I used on my skin. So I'm using this highlighter. I'm first going on my brow bone. Using the same highlighter on my inner corner. I do like the matte look as it is, but if I was to add shimmer, then I just use the same highlighter and pop the bulk of that on the center of the eye, and then blend it inwards and outwards. For lips, I really don't have a go-to lipstick. I do have a go-to lip liner, which I do often double as lipstick, but I don't think I ever just reach for one lipstick. I don't do that, but certainly for lip liner, I do have a favorite, and this is Kiko's Automatic Precision Lip Liner in the shade 511. It's a very creamy formula, and it doubles easily as a lipstick. So I'm going to use that today. And then to mute out the lipstick, I have this palette that I've created. This is just my own lipsticks, mixture of e.l.f., Revlon, Avon, Rimmel, just a random mix. And I'll just take a nude shade from this palette. This one, I don't know what it is. It's one of the e.l.f. mineral lipsticks. They used to be called mineral, I don't know what they're called now. And I'll just go over. My go-to mascara is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I don't wear false lashes. If I was ever to wear false lashes, it would be the Ardell Demi Wispies with the dual lash adhesive, but I'm not one for false lashes. They really irritate my eyes, so that's why I haven't actually used any in this tutorial. But I hope you enjoyed this. All this makeup that I've used works fantastically for tan skin, in particular NC42 skin by MAC, and yeah, it's very, very complimentary to my skin tone. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye!